Hello and welcome to Transformational Tools Friday Focus of the Week for March 28th through April 3rd, 2025. And here we are. We're so happy to be here today. Hi, Arlene. Arlene,
Hello.
Arlene is here with me today, and we have some wonderful offerings today. And in this great time of shift and transformation. So, um, we are going to get started. Uh, First, we're going to kind of remember that in 2025, our theme was for the year Inner Strength Arising. And each month seems to really talk about ways that we can really, promote that inner strength. Um, so, we're going to talk a little bit about the energy focus for April of this year, which turned out to be this beautiful card, Sweetness. Okay. And it
I'm
says,
going to add it so
okay,
you can see it here. Yeah.
great. Thank you. Um, the numbers are 11 and 33, both wonderful master numbers. And it asks us to open your heart to the sweetness of life. And in this beautiful, beautiful card, let's just take a moment and really look at these beautiful colors and geometric shapes. It's amazing to me how that inner center really radiates the light. And when I think of that, I think of being in the light. And that's part of what sweetness brings to us, a remembrance of that sweetness. And in our in the beautiful, to me, the little waves around the edge just are so soft and inviting. It's almost like the ocean, or and yet there are these beautiful peacocky colors. That's what I call them, because they just look so beautiful, and lots of yellow there, which translates into our solar plexus, brings us into that place of the heart. And in Arlene's part, where she writes about, where she's written about this one, let me get it here in front of me. It says, open your heart to the sweetness of life. And then it talks about how that when we open that in ourselves, we are opening it to the universe. And this morning, well, actually yesterday, as I was asking about these cards, it came to me that Sweetness wanted to offer a meditation for us to start with. So I'm going to do that, and then we'll continue on with looking at our color card. So those of you that are here, welcome. Glad you're here, and we're going to get started on the meditation. So in sweetness, it asks us to open our hearts. We know that. Recently, I was reminded of how much our hearts and brains communicate with each other. In the heart math studies, they show that the heart and the brain are in constant contact with each other, and the signals go back and forth. And it actually shows that the heart sends out more signals to the brain than the brain sends back. And so it very much influences that action in our bodies, influences our emotions, our attention, our perceptions, memories, problem solving, and a lot more. So you can see how amazing it is when we get to work with our hearts. And today we're going to include our brain in that a little bit too. So Let's take a moment to invite this beautiful energy of the luminary sweetness into our hearts. Feel free to join me by closing your eyes or listening in as you wish. So first, take a couple of breaths and feel your body in your chair or sitting place. Letting go of things going on around you, come into the present moment, here and now. Relax your shoulders and be here in this meditation. Now imagine your conscious attention move down your body from your head and enter your heart. See the beautiful colors of sweetness there, emanating its song of love, surrounding you with the knowing that you deserve all the sweetness simply because you are. Feel the hum of the universe bringing you its soothing song of heavenly devotion. Feel the warm breeze of compassion, encouraged by inner empowerment. This is the endless bounty to all through the universe. Let's just take a moment to feel that within our hearts, communicating that to our mind and to all parts of our body. Now, with gratitude, take a couple of deep breaths, and when you're ready to come back, you can open your eyes and look at your hands. Okay, so our color card that I want to just read briefly from before Arden shares here is to remember that brown is of the earth. And it says on our card, own your own worth. Own your own worth. When we turn it around and we do that, we're able to do that, we become nurturing, we feel safe, and we are connected. Now, Arlene has something that she would like to add to this that I really think is very important.
So I think that I just wanted to check and make sure that Facebook was working because all I'm seeing on here is just the YouTube. So I think we do have one person here, but I'm not sure they're showing up. And I'm not sure what is going on. It says you are live. But I noticed that there is one person that's on Facebook. Okay. Anyway, I want to remind you that what we're doing with sweetness and with the lesson in brown, this is the energy that's going to be starting up at the 1st of April. It's for the whole month of April. So this is kind of giving you a preview to what's there. And it's amazing how the cards fit with the theme that we have. And that theme is about us being, I forget the exact words. Do you have them there, Leslie? For the month of April, the theme. It was that picture. I should have gotten it out. But anyway, it has to do with the chaos is like in the earth and then the plant comes up through that and we begin to come into a new part of ourselves, sort of like spring coming up through the flowers, but that we are coming up and standing in our power, our empowerment.
Yeah.
even though there's still chaos going on around us.
Mhm.
So I think that's a really important part of what we're doing here. And the thing I liked about the grounding in the that I find in sweetness, no, I'm sorry, in brown, the grounding in brown is really about feeling ourselves really connected. Now, how many of you have been feeling recently, like I have, where sometimes my legs are like rubber and I feel like I'm not grounded, but I'm not sure that's it. I think it's more about the expanding that we're doing. But can't remember who it was that told me about this, but I've always used looking at your hands after doing a meditation so that you're fully back in your body. But they were having us slap on our thighs and then look at your hands. And I do that 3 times and it really makes a difference. So if you're like me and you have had some difficulty in staying in that place of feeling really grounded, because when I get rubber legs like that, it's like I don't have my balance either. So, but I wanted to say that. Well, then in sweetness, if we go back to sweetness, there is a section of that that says um, tr- th- that there is the hum of the universe that embraces you with sweetness. So there's 2 different kinds. There's the hum of the earth, which is very grounding, and there's the hum of the universe that brings that beautiful love that feels like sweetness.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, you were mentioning it, that hum of the earth is very grounding, and you can find that in nature.
Yeah.
I know many people that go out and just, sit in nature for a while or go walk by the stream or, something that's out there and that really helps to ground.
Yes. Yes.
Mhm. Mhm. Mm. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Okay, so moving on to our cards for this week. Our luminary is Simply Self. Great. And I'm going to read a message from Simply Self here that definitely comes through. Um, Part of it, the beginning says, make room for clarity of thinking and feeling, which allows pearls of wisdom to emerge from deep within. I always think of those pearls as being you can see them in the actual luminary. A message says, my essence offers a perfect balance of thought and feeling without resistance or attachment, allowing the focus and creativity into this present moment. I am luscious and rich like a peach freshly picked from a tree. I'm bright and clear as a window just washed with lemon water. Breathe in my power. Claim my clarity. Surrender to my sensuous ability to let you know you're alive. I really love that part of this, where it talks about not being attached, but being really, really present with with that beautiful um, creativity that can come as you're open and as you're present. Not being resisting it or attaching to something, just letting go. Okay. And I know that you wanted to speak a little bit about creativity, Arlene, about that one.
Yeah. One of the things that I find is, for example, many of you know that we just moved, and I do not want to even let you see what my desk is like. And it has become sort of the last thing that is here for me to do. All the other things took priority. But as I'm trying to write out the part that is the energy focus for the month, which I will be doing a presentation on YouTube for that. I don't have my creativity isn't there, my connection isn't there. And I know that that is partly because I need to have a clean space from which to work. The other part of it is that I was reminded this morning that you can't push this kind of thing where there's a creativity, even though I want to do it now, so I'm not doing it at the last minute. I have to wait until it comes to me and comes through me. So as if I can keep myself clean and simple, like simple self, and keep my surroundings that way, I will be ready when the creativity and the words come through me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's so true on a lot of levels, isn't it?
It is because, and it's hard because both you and I don't like to wait till the last minute. And
No.
that if I can't find out how to do, if it's to get there, I get frustrated. And that doesn't do any good because it makes us even worse.
Yes, I think as humans kind of know how to stress ourselves out if we really let go. And a lot of this week is about releasing that stress and finding ways that we can bring that grounding in and that simplification in. It's going to be so much easier if we can do that.
Yeah,
for sure.
So I do see that there is someone on Facebook. If you can hear me, would you write in something in the chat so that we know that you're there? Otherwise, I think we're having some kind of a connection glitch with Facebook.
Yeah, or writing comments where comments.
Yeah. So if you will write a comment, we'll see if that comes through. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, so let's see. Did you want to go on to lime green, or did you want to say something about that?
Yeah, I'm ready if you are okay with where we're at. Okay, great. So the card that came up for our color card is Lesson in Lime Green. And it says, use your power with integrity. With integrity. And lime green, remember, is a combination of yellow and green.
Yes.
And it's a very, very powerful color. It's a combination of yellow and green. It brings together empowerment and clarity of yellow with a love and understanding of green. It brings heart-centered power to a waiting world. And because we got a lesson in it, I looked in the section of the lessons, and what came to me was, first of all, some of the stuff that's in there, if you're disconnected in these areas, it can be very isolating. And one of the things that came up was the part called exclusivity. And it can close you off. If it's unbalanced, it can close you off from others. You tend to turn inward. You look to yourself and your family without regard to others. The lesson is to meet the fear that has closed you down and bring it into your heart, into the wholeness of who you are. Then you'll be able to open yourself again and know the joy of sharing and cooperating with others. And I have to say, it's easy to, when we might feel fearful or, oh gosh, I don't know what's going to come down the pike, to feel like, well, I have to take care of me and my family first. But not to forget to connect with others outside, because as somehow we're built as we give, we prosper, and we prosper for ourselves and our heart, and we prosper for those that are needing to be, given to. And I'm going to share this because it came up for me, but there's a guy that is waiting at times at one of our grocery stores, and he waits for, to get some money to have something to eat. And he is genuinely grateful when he receives something. He's genuinely thankful and of good spirits. He's not, always looking down or sad and that kind of stuff. And I just thought, he is part of this weaving of, he may not even know it, but by people being able to give to him and chat with him for a moment, he's giving them a gift to be able to give to them, and I just thought how each one of us has a role, to be here, to take care of us, to be in our own energy, and also to extend that energy, whether it's in our beautiful portal that we have going, or in groups like today where we give readings or listen to readings. There's always this back and forth beautiful exchange. So, would you like to add to that?
Yeah, what I wanted to do was to give us a feeling of lime green. And lime green to me is, and you'll notice magenta is the complementary color, and that's a wonderful color that has so much love. It has a great depth to it. And lime is actually one of we do a basic color course and then an advanced color course. And this is one of the advanced colors. And it really is about empowerment that allows you to be a way shower, because all the people that are attracted to what it is that we're doing are way showers. And it is really nice if we all feel and know that and activate our contribution. And that's what lime green is telling us to do. And it's not, like you said, to get exclusive and kind of pull in. It's more about getting more broad and open to many others. So that's part of the message of lime green. But also there is a healing exercise, because when we get pulled in like that, then we need to find a way to move that out. And here I think is very appropriate for us. Visualize yourself sitting in the garden in the early spring before the flowers appear.
Mm.
Feel that energy moving up from the seeds. Can you feel that? That life that's in the seeds just moving up. And that's kind of what the April energy is about too. So we're preparing for that April energy. Feel the power of stems pushing out, pushing through the soil. Everything is fresh, alive, and vibrant. Feel that same power within yourself. Do you have that vibrancy? Do you have that aliveness, that freshness? And it's getting into spring for us here in this part of the world. And we can feel that sometimes as the buds come in and they start to open, and there are flowering trees that start to like these pink ones that start to really come out and expose their beautiful picture of pink. So notice how it comes from your center, that power. It's an empowerment. It comes from your soul sense, the true self that's inside of you. And then it's natural, alive, and aware. So can you feel that power inside, that empowerment? It's natural and it's very alive. And this area is just below the heart center, just below the bottom of the rib cage. So that if you feel this, you might feel it in that part of your body. Allow that power to move out into your limbs. So feel it moving from your center out into your arms, and down into your legs, and into your feet. Feel how alive and free you are. When we get connected with lime green, with nature, with the movement of the energy of the earth, then we really feel alive. You feel good about yourself. Sit in this empowerment for as long as you wish. Consciously bring it into your everyday life. So that's a lot of what, when we get a lesson, it's about healing something, or bringing in something that will really live inside of us, and that takes us into the strength which Leslie's showing us.
Right.
That's the strength of lime green. And it says there, just as a shorthand, powerful, heart-centered, that you become powerful and heart-centered as you come into the strength of the lime green within you.
Mhm. So both of these are inviting us. Let's see if I can get this going again. Ooh, and bring it back. No, it's not going to do it. Let's try this one. A little humor here.
It has its own way.
It's gonna be funny, fuzzy, I guess, for a little while.
Well, I see that Will has gone to Facebook. Thank you very much, Will. Because now it's coming up. All right,
Yeah,
so
it's coming up.
yeah, because I thought something was wrong, but people have to just go into the comments and then we see it here.
So what I'm seeing between the sweetness and the Simply Self and our color cards, grounding and lime green, is that we are getting an input this week of universal love in our hearts and grounding into the earth and rising up of spring. And it's like, wow.
That gives me chills.
Like, here you go, the whole bucket full, And can we allow ourselves to open to and experience that this week?
And this whole month, because this whole month is about that, being able to be grounded.
Yeah,
and then
rising.
As we arise up through all of the chaos, but then we come into the brilliance of this new growth, this expansion, this opportunity that is an opening right now for all of us to be way showers, all of us to come together with our energy and say, we want the best for humanity, whatever that is. And just put that as the intention, that in our day-to-day life, we are doing what we are led to do to bring that highest and best to humanity.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Wow. Ooh, all right.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? It's time to have our personal or first announcements, if we have any.
Yeah. So what I want to remind the people that are in the portal is that you will be getting your information shortly about what we're doing in April. And we are going to have a very interesting gathering on the second Sunday of the month at 2 p.m. Pacific. And that is our time to really go deep with this information that is coming in and how we can be in empowerment in the midst of this. And we can stay grounded, and we can really be a part of helping this world. And then because I had told you last time that we would be doing the course, the masculine feminine course in April. Well, what the information is that's coming through now is that we need to spend some time with the course, because there are new things that Spirit wants to add to what we are already doing. So what we've decided as a leadership group of the Transformational Tools is to put off the course, for the masculine feminine course, which is one of the most important things we've ever done at Transformational Tools. And it includes some of the color work that we do, and it includes a way of understanding that everybody has masculine outgoing energy and feminine inner energy. And when we don't work with those together, things get out of balance. And when we do work with them together, we are empowered in our inner world and we are empowered in our outer world. So I want you to stay tuned as to when we get that going. But because we won't be doing as much during this time, we are going to do extras for you. And if you are signed up for the newsletter, you will be getting some meditations. And if you are signed up for the Vortal, you will be getting extra things for you during this time that we will not be doing a course. And I know some of you who took the color course with Leslie kind of felt like, and this is what always happens, it's like, what? You mean it's over? And so what we're doing is looking at the possibility of doing some just short sessions, like maybe a half an hour or something, where you come in and experience the colors again so it can remind you how you can use them every day.
Yes.
So we will be putting out that information and it'll come out hopefully by the 1st. If we can get it all together. There was a big change, a shift in what we thought we were going to do. So it will get in there, but maybe that it'll get a little bit in at the beginning of the month, and then we'll give you some more as the month goes on. So if you have any questions about that, you can always go to Transformational Tools and go into contact and send us a message, because we're always really happy to hear from you.
Yeah.
So now the other thing is that if you have been watching this and doing this and you don't have the color cards and luminaries, I want to remind you that they are on transformationaltools.com. You can go into the products, which is in the menu, and then look for Oracle decks. And you can take a look at what we have, and you can get the 2 decks together at a lesser price when you bundle them together. Okay, so I think, is there anything else announcements that you can think of, Leslie?
No, I'm glad you mentioned the color cards, because sometimes it's wonderful to watch them up here, and I know I have them laying out during the week so I can see them and remind myself, and that's really helpful. So,
and I'm going to make another page on the website of some of the other Oracle decks, because I love using them together. I want to show you one that I got this week when I was meditating, and this is a dragon deck, and this one is called Magenta Dragon, and it says enables you to bring forward your soul wisdom. And I'm going, oh, great. Thank you. I need that help. So it's like, I find that putting those things together, and then if I think of that and I think of sweetness and, bringing those things together, it just fills it out in such a beautiful way. So I want to put some of the decks on there that I have been using for a long time. And if you would like to add the name of a deck that you love to use, we'll put that up there too. And there'll be ones that you can buy in Amazon. Yeah. And we have links that we will put. And if you do choose to buy it through Transformational Tools, we get a small bit of money for bringing you to that deck. So
Sandra says she's a water dragon. I love it.
Yeah, that's sort of like being a Pisces, I think.
Maybe. I don't know. Okay. Well, Will is our first one up for readings today. And I know that you like to give him a luminary. So
I'll do a luminary, or do you want?
Yeah.
Okay. I got to get my cards back together here. All right, let's see for. All right, this one keeps coming up. Well, and I think it's really, really a good
Like
one.
last week.
Yeah. So it's Neo Matrix. And I always think of that we named it after Neo in that movie, The Matrix. And I often think about what it felt like when I was in the movie, and it looked like all of these different geometric shapes around you, and it's like it was saying that we don't always understand the what's happening around us that may not be absolutely true. So, what I would say for this card is it really helps us to go into our own very true matrix. And as we change and we grow, we become more a little bit different matrix than we were before. And then we keep that matrix around us. So this matrix that it might be out in the world that isn't our truth, we don't need to go there because we have our own matrix around us that is very specific for us. So, Will, that is the message that I'm getting for you is notice how your matrix shifts as you expand or go do on the unfolding.
I'm led
He,
to with
he
that card,
wants to know. He wants to know if you should switch the movie.
rewatch the movie.
Yeah.
Rewatch it, yes. It's funny because probably 2 weeks ago or so, we were flipping through channels, and I had it on to watch the end of it, and he was like, "Oh, here it is again." And so I guess it's kind of telling something. That's funny. Yeah. I'm getting with that same Neo Matrix. How am I taking care of my body and the earth during this time of change? Am I resisting this change? Just a question, as we're always moving through it, how am I doing? And that's a good thing. His color card is Lesson in Turquoise.
Oh, I love that one.
Say yes to the meaning of your life. Say yes. And that red orange is that um, balancing color. So I feel like it's like bringing that red orange up into that turquoise place, which is between your heart and your throat. And that place is our where our thymus is. And when we
Yep.
tap our thymus, it awakens that. And that might be something to just, and you don't have to tap real hard, but just a little bit. And that awakens that area like, okay, say yes, and keep saying yes. And boy, both of those are so encouraging. I mean, wow. I love that both of those are up for you. Seems like the matrix is a combination lock. Keep it moving until it unlocks. Oh,
That's interesting.
that's an interesting idea. Yeah, interesting. All right. Sandra is next, and I will pick a luminary for Sandra. And you can have a color card. Okay.
Do you want me to go first, or do you? Okay, so I got the lesson in pink, and I was having a hard time deciding if it was the lesson or the strength. So sometimes I just look at it as if you're working on both. but the lesson in pink is to take care of your body and your inner child self. The inner child self is where all the fun is, and it kind of gets burdened with all of the day-to-day things that we're trying to do. And so, Sandra, if you can just lift that off your back and just have some fun, sit with your little kid self. I'm seeing you going and having a bath if you can, and just, I don't know, splashing around in water. And then the strength in it, in this pink, is innocent, trusting, and loving. I think that when we take care of that inner child self, when we take care of our body, we feel empowered by that. And then we can really come around through and enjoy our innocence and be able to trust and love, because we are more in touch with our inner knowing. So we have that ability to be uh, to make decisions that work for us and are good for our body and our inner self.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, Sandra, your luminary, is there a way we can make our pictures a little bit bigger? Arlene, I don't know. Usually they're a little bit bigger.
Oh, yeah, they are. Sorry about that. There.
Yeah, there we go. See if I can get a good view of it.
Here, let me see if I can too.
This is a vibration of the number 6 and 12. And the part that stands out to me, I'm just partly going to read it because it says the universal crystalline core. If you can just see that core in there, that really looks so beautiful. And it's almost like, to me, it's like a galaxy or something. It says, so the universal crystalline core births many aspects of the source. Each carries a divine image, yet is unique, bringing gifts and abilities needed in an unfolding world. At the right time and right place, as you connect with different people and experiences, new possibilities that once lay dormant within you may now emerge. You're invited to join the wave of breathing out new forms and new possibilities, as together humanity and divinity image new possibilities into being. And here's a part for your kid. Explore the unfolding as a newborn. See it, taste it, touch it, smell it, hear it, know it. So it's just like it wants to open up. To me, I almost get a flower image today. I don't usually get that.
Yeah.
But, seeing this like opening up. If you think of this in movement, that's how I see it, as just rotating this movement and opening to new possibilities. And what can how by connecting with others, you can really have new energy and new creativity, new ideas coming into your space. Wow. Love that one. Okay, Sue Gephardt. Next.
Okay, Sue, I'm so glad you're here.
Yeah.
Let's see what's up for Sue. Wow, this is the time, isn't it? That one's expanding, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
And expanding, I mean, it's tough to be expanding when it's a world that already feels like you wonder if you have your grounding or if you have your what came to me, but this is partly because we moved, was I was feeling uh, where is home? where where is the space that I feel comfortable in? And I actually feel comfortable in this apartment, but it was just so, when you change, there's so many different. So I think for you, Sue, this can be a little bit daunting, but just remember that you are being really supported. And look at the, and this is another one that has, it's not exactly a crystal, but something like that in the center of it. So I would just take this beautiful art and just put it around you as a ball of energy that's going to show you how to expand easily and effortlessly. And it will always be in alignment with your soul. And it will always be a bit at a time. And if it does feel overwhelming, you can just say, okay, a little slower, please. This is a little bit too much for me. And the universe will respond, and your inner self will help to make it something that is not upsetting.
And here's another piece of that. There are levels of involvement, it says. Is it time to expand even fuller? Look again to see what's before you. Have you missed any signs that would show you that it's time to move beyond where you are? What holds you back? Take one step toward freeing yourself to evolve even further. So it's like just a step. Doesn't mean you have to go 10 miles. It's like just a step and see, check it out. And boy, do you have some help. Strength in gold.
Yay.
Willing to change, spiritually strong, and celebrates life. This gold and silver, that's part of that receptive and active energy coming together, working for you. And if you're in the strength, you are ready to say, okay, if it means I get to celebrate life and something better is coming my way, yeah, I can go for that. And begin to, open yourself to be receptive to that. And this beautiful color, I would meditate or bring that into your visual context this week, something gold. Just to remind yourself.
I'm reminded of that meditation that I was given a long time ago, where it was liquid gold that was coming from above and coming down into your energy field in your body. And it just went through the whole of every cell and every part of you. And it just helps you feel like everything has been brightened and lightened. And it feels like more like what your true energy is.
Mm-hmm. Try that.
Yeah.
Sounds good. So we might have time to do one for each other. Do you want to?
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah. Okay. I'll pick a luminary for you.
Okay.
Boy, we keep getting the big ones. This is the presence.
Presence.
And I think that always when presence comes up, it reminds us that the divine spirit is always with us. And part of that is our own inner soul self is part of that spirit. That it just wants you to remember that. And again, look at the center of this, Leslie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Wow. And I love the turquoise too. I love the turquoise.
Yeah, and then the indigo that's in there, and the white.
Mm-hmm.
All of those colors really want to work with you.
Well, I pulled a color card for myself, and I got strength in magenta. Yay! So
all right. Well, let me see. Let me see what I get from magenta. Well, I've always felt that your natural energy is a lot of magenta. It's magenta and pink and some other things, but it's always this really deep love. And that love is so healing that, like we talk about the meditations that you do for the color course, and people go, oh, I love that. So they're picking up on that beautiful energy. This looks more red because of my computer, but it's magenta.
It's
yeah.
good.
So yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah. Okay, so yours is expanding.
I'm not at all surprised.
Yes. Yes. So you're in a magnificent playground, it says. And there are many waiting to play. Join forces with other minds and spirits who are ready to move and help you
Well,
move.
I kind of feel like that when our leadership group for transformational tools, we've come into a time when it feels like it's just a playground, and we get to look at all the ways that we can bring forward our attributes and our what we have here to offer. So it's really fun to be a part of that.
Mm.
So, shall I pick my own color?
Well,
Oh, you two picked it.
I already did.
Okay.
Green, heal and grow.
Yes.
So
I get that.
relax and know that you are growing. You're already doing the expansion,
Yeah.
but it's just be in your heart and
Yep.
slow down and just know that it's absolutely happening. Like you don't even have to focus on it. It just is. It's
You know,
just,
one of the things that I learned in this move, because I have a lot of red energy, which is a nice balance, that's the balance with the green.
yeah.
But I would always end up spilling things on myself. Finally, I don't know why I didn't get this before, but finally I realized it was because I was going too fast. So my energy wasn't in sync with my body. And when I slowed down since then, I haven't had that problem.
Yeah.
And now it's becoming almost like it's automatic. And so I don't have to think as much about slowing down, because when I start feeling myself getting that kind of energy that's moving too fast, it doesn't feel good to me anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
So we're all learning for sure.
We are. Every step, all the steps.
All
Um,
right. Well, this is always fun to meet with everybody. And it's really fun that we're all on this journey together. So we really are grateful for all of you being here. And yeah, Leslie and I seem to be the ones to do these uh, readings now. So we're doing it.
Yep. Yep. Well, Sue says, wow, lots to take in. Thank you. And
Yeah.
Will says, beautiful color combinations today.
Yep.
Let's get throughout the week. Oh, yeah, for sure.
Oh, Sandra says, Arlene, you're in your center. Thank you, Sandra. Sometimes we need some feedback from the outside.
Yes, for sure.
Well, have a really great weekend and week. And just remember that you have the luminaries and the colors just moving with you. And we have so much help. So let's just remember that and maybe we'll have to remember it for each other, because sometimes when you get stressed out, you forget what you know. So we can help each other.
Absolutely.
All right. We'll
Okay.
see you next week.
Bye-bye now.
Bye.